Hello, welcome back to another video. This is my channel, Conscious Evolution, and I'm your host, Alan Taylor. Thanks for joining me here today, guys. I really appreciate each and every one of you. So today, I want to talk about the Ho'oponopono prayer a little bit more. I was watching an interview with Dr. Hugh Len, who is the doctor that healed this whole psychiatric hospital by going within and forgiving himself using the Ho'oponopono prayer, which is basically forgiving yourself. Because so what he was doing, he was taking responsibility, 100% responsibility, that his reality was reflecting from what was within him. So he was put in a reality with crazy people, with people that had to be shackled, people that were verbally and physically abusive. And just by healing himself, ended up healing his reality, because your reality is a reflection from within. And Jesus said, I'm paraphrasing now, but Jesus said, seek God first and you will find the kingdom of heaven, because the kingdom is within. So if you seek God first, you get to there. So I was watching an interview with Dr. Hugh Len, and he said something that was very interesting. He said that about what Jesus said, and he said to seek God first and you will find the kingdom. The kingdom is within, and Dr. Hugh Len says that is the 0 point, and that's where you want to get. You want to, he calls it data. So we're all sharing data. So if anyone in your reality, you're sharing data with them. He says data. I like to think of it as programming, because, I mean, that's the same thing. Programming is data. But we're sharing programming with these people in our reality. So if you have someone that's acting out or being crazy or disrespecting you, what is it inside of you that needs to be healed? And when you truly heal that, it'll reflect to you in your reality. So the Ho'oponopono prayer is, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and I love you. Say that to you. Ask that divinity in you. What is it, when you're, that made me think of the triggers that I was talking about. So the video I did the other day with the Ho'oponopono prayer with the EFT tapping, the combination of that, and saying I fully and completely love and accept myself, and then go through the tapping, which I've been doing, and it's powerful. So that's what led me to research this Ho'oponopono prayer a little bit more and to start putting this into practice in my life. This doctor literally runs his life by cleaning. He calls it cleaning or clearing those energies, that programming, that data within you, so you can get to what he refers to as the 0 point, to where you are nothing, that you are connected with everything, that you get to your spark of divinity, and all you see is God's. I think that's what Jesus said too. You get to the kingdom of heaven, and that's the kingdom, and you will see God. You will see God in everyone, because everyone has that spark of divinity in them. So when you can get to that place to where you see God in everybody, no matter what they're reflecting to you in your reality, you have then healed and cleared that data, because you're not working on data. You're working on the divine guidance that you get. But, I mean, we never cleared the data. This data is a program that's been instilled with us since birth, since before birth. So he's been doing it for 30 years or whenever that interview was. I'll put the links for that below. It was really, I really enjoyed watching his thought processes, his perspectives on this Ho'oponopono prayer, and how he generally approaches his life, and he doesn't do anything that isn't led by the divine. Basically his thought pattern is he offers it to the divine. He forgives himself. He gets to that 0 point and allows his guidance, his internal guidance system, to show him what to do next. And then, things are going to come up. Things are going to constantly come up for clearing, which is really what's going on here. He was way ahead of his time in doing this. I think that his purpose, and he thinks his purpose in his life, is just to do constant clearing. That is so powerful. So he also said something else, that we are not free. That our souls, that we have a, what did he say? We have a mortgage on our soul and nobody knows it. So you're constantly just running on this programming, you're running on this data, and nothing, you're not you're not free. You're running on societal programming that's telling you what to do, telling you how you should live, telling you who you should be and what you should like to do and what you should go to school for and who you should marry and how that you should be married and how you should have kids in the house with the white picket fence. That's societal programming. Is that what you really want? And I'm getting off topic here. I want to talk about the Ho'oponopono. So that was interesting. And that made me think, they said to mortgage your soul, that we have a mortgage on our soul and we're not free. But once we can clear that data, that programming, then we're free. That made me think of something Jesus said in, I don't remember the verse and all that, but in Matthew, he's getting his disciples or something to that effect, and one of the disciples are like, all right, I'll go with you, but let me bury my father. And Jesus told him, let the dead bury the dead, referring to the people in the system, in the society, in this societal programming, that they're not free. He literally said they're dead, because they're just running on autopilot. They're not even, they don't even know what they want. So he said, let the dead bury the dead. That's powerful stuff. So we're running on all this societal programming, all this data, all these limited beliefs and boxes that we put ourselves into, or that, we agree to with the society or the collective, energies here. We agree to that. And a lot of that is just to keep us stuck. It keeps us limited in our abilities. It doesn't allow us to access our true technology, which is our consciousness and our abilities that we have as human beings that are connected to the divine. We're connected to the divinity within us, and we are powerful people. I mean, look at all the abilities that people are coming out now. I mean, I can bring energy through my body and heal people with it. Well, I don't heal people. I'm just an antenna, and I channel the energy, and it's up to you if you want to do the healing or want to receive the healing. That's you have to be open to that. I don't do the healing. You heal yourself. With all healing, you are healing yourself. You just maybe need someone else to be that conduit to the divinity, or for access to that, to give yourself permission to heal. So the Ho'oponopono prayer is powerful. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. And that's I mean, it says, and thank you and I love you, but in his interview, that's all he was saying. He just kept saying, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, and thank you to the divine for giving me another opportunity to clear data, or to see myself reflected to myself in my reality, because in the deepest part of it, we are mirrors to each other. So everyone in your reality is just a mirror to your internal, to your data. That's powerful. That's insane. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. So when you get triggered, I said this in the Behind the Veil yesterday, that when you get triggered, that if you haven't seen that Behind the Veil episode or my EFT tapping video, I'll put the links for those below too. Those are my last two videos I posted. Also, if you're subscribed to the channel, make sure you click that notification bell. That's the way YouTube's doing it now. You have to click that notification if you want to get all the notifications for when I upload videos, which I've been doing pretty much daily now. So you'll see the God in everyone. So when you see the God in everyone, you are allowing the divinity in them to show. You are seeing the divinity in them. You're not seeing their programming, their societal programming. So you're not putting conditions on them. So Aaron Daugherty did a video, I think it was yesterday, maybe 2 days ago, where he was talking about his relationships with people and how he had expectations to it and didn't even realize it. And I think that's so powerful. It really resonated with me because we do have expectations on people. You expect someone to speak to you a certain way and say certain things to you for you to love them or for you to know that they love you. Well, so if they don't, say those words or those things to you, then you don't feel loved or you can't love them. So that's an expectation instead of just loving them for the divine spark that they are, that you're connected to, and that is so incredibly powerful, and that requires a lot of work on our part to get to that point. And that's why Dr. Hugh Lin is always clearing. He's always clearing old data, old programming. And he's very careful with how he speaks in words and how they say things, because I mean, our words are what create our reality. Our thoughts and the words that we speak. This is the point I wanted to get across, that the Ho'oponopono prayer is something that everybody should practice on a daily basis, whether it's in the exact pretense as that, or you can customize it to what works for you, how you forgive, but it's a general principle. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and I love you. That's Ho'oponopono. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you got something out of it. I hope this resonates with you. If it does, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell, and I'll be back before you know it. Alright guys, I love each and every one of you. Be the change that you want to see in this world, and forgive yourself and love yourself. And watch as your reality reflects that divinity to you. Alright guys, bye-bye. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. And I love you. That's a Ho'oponopono prayer.